Alright, hey guys, this is Chris bringing you guys another video. Sorry I haven't uploaded one in a while. I really have no good excuse for not uploading one. But I might upload some more this week, or technically it's almost the weekend. Dude, it's almost the weekend! Yes! Alright, anyway, so I told you guys I was going to probably go back and do some videos of ones that I did while doing gameplay, but ones where you can actually see my reaction. So I'm going to go back and do one of the ones that's most popular right now, and that is the Temple Run 2 and My Sexual Desires. If you guys haven't seen that, you should go click that. I'm going to be doing this with my face. More than my face, my whole body. I'm not literally going to like wholly use my face. That'd be just weird. That'd make for an interesting video though. Anyway, so I'm going to start talking about people's sexual needs and some of the sexual fetishes that I find weird. First one I want to start off with is the balloon fetish. That one has always seemed to amaze me. It really does, like, I want to know who's that one guy who, like, the first time they heard a balloon pop, they just lost their mind. Like, I want to know the guy who's at the party and when, like, he just heard the balloon go, ah, ah, he just lost it. That balloon pop was so shitty. Anyway, I'm really upset. I don't want to say upset. That came out wrong. I was upset with the balloon popping. Anyway, it's more interesting to me to wonder like how that guy actually got like sexually aroused. Like when he heard the balloon pop and he heard like that, he's just like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Whew! Pop it again. Pop another one. Pop it now. You know, I really want to know. I want to know who was that guy at the party who like figured out, you know, people are aroused by this. And I want to know when this actually started. So if any of you can figure out when this balloon fetish started, please comment this. Google it. Don't Google videos. I don't think you want to see that unless you want to see guys getting in erections with balloons. I don't know. I've never seen a video like that. I'm just going to assume it's going to be really uncomfortable and awkward for you to watch, and especially if like your parents or a friend comes in at the moment you're watching it and a guy has an erection and he's surrounded by balloons, that would just make for an uncomfortable situation for anyone. And I really feel like that's something you really want to avoid because that's not something you guys want to tell a story about. It's like, yeah, I went over to Mike's house the other day. He was watching balloon porn. Yeah, he had an erection while a guy had an erection while he was surrounded by balloons, popping each balloon. That's not a story you want to tell. That's one that I think you want to avoid. So avoid doing that. Maybe go into your bathroom, Google it on your phone, do something like that, and tell me how this balloon fetish started or when did it start, because I'm really confused by that. Now the next one I want to talk about is the choking one. The choking one I've made jokes about with friends and kind of like brought it up as this hypothetical situation, like, you know, if you were having sex with a girl and she was just out of nowhere just went, choke me, would you do it? Or if a guy did the same thing if you're a girl. And I've gotten a lot of mixed responses. I've had some guys say I choked the shit out of her, which was very surprising to me because they were very quick to respond on that one, and that shocked the hell out of me. And so I feel like it's one of those like borderline things, like I don't know if it's like a good thing, if it's not. I would feel like it's really uncomfortable if like mid-sex, you know, someone's just like, you know, choke the shit out of me. That would seem like it would be a turn-off. I don't know if I could take the situation seriously. I feel like I would probably start laughing, and I wouldn't do it. I would sit at the edge of the bed and just like, I would try to find the center of myself and try to analyze where my life has gone to where I'm picking a girl who's like, I want you to choke me because your penis, not doing it. Your hand, it's kind of got to go around my neck to please me now. I feel like I would be emasculated by that. And I don't know if it's just me. And I know that's not actually like the real reason. I know they're not satisfied with, you know, penis, vagina, if you're lesbian, if you're gay, straight, any of that. I know it's just like an arousal thing, but I feel like I would be that one like idiot to take it the wrong way. And I also feel like, I don't know, how do you know the right way to choke someone? Like, do you choke them until they're like changing colors? Do you just lightly choke them? Do you just like choke them till they're like blue as a Smurf and then just keep going? Like, with me, I wouldn't know when. I wouldn't know how hard, I wouldn't know how long. So I could just awkwardly be just like slightly grabbing their neck, and it would be uncomfortable for both of us. Let's be realistic here. If you're choking someone in the middle of sex, one of you might have to feel awkward at some point. Whether it's the initial grab, like if I'm grabbing right, do they want two hands? Do they want one hand? Do they want me to use my legs and wrap it around their throat and kind of like MMA choke them out? What kind of choke do they want? There has to be different chokes. You know what I mean? In some, like it reads like aggressive, like leaving marks on the neck. If you're into that, or the balloon one, or any of the other ones I'm going to talk about, it's fine by me. Just to me, in my head, it's awkward, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to be like, you're a freak for doing it. It's just, in a sexual situation, I can't imagine that. Like, I don't see how I would, me personally, would get off on doing something like that. That's just like over my head of like, I don't want to do that. If you want to, can you just choke yourself maybe? And I'll just like look away, or maybe I'll put a bag over my head while you do that, which I'm sure there'd be a bag over my head anyway, because look at this. It's not the prettiest face in the world. It's no Channing Tatum, how I know some of those girls go crazy over him. But I wouldn't want to see it visually happening. And I know like at some point, even if I were to choke a girl, I would get distracted. It would be very distracting to want to keep focus on, that's my vision of sex right there. It'd be hard for me to keep like going like that and then like keep focus on choking. Like it would be very uncomfortable for me. I couldn't see myself like staying focused like, all right, just keep having sex, but remember, keep your hand tight. And then I would look up and like, here's the thing. Seeing a girl being choked is very bad when it's a violent way, but it's very awkward, I bet, if you're in a sexual situation. And I think that would make the situation very, very weird, especially if you're the guy and you're not into that and she's just like, choke me. It's to me, it's just like, it's brain blowing up stuff. Fucked up the saying. Anyway, it's very uncomfortable for me, and I don't see how some people can get into that when they're not into it. Like some guys kind of go with it and they're like, yeah, I'll choke a girl. Really? I want to see that happen. Not physically see it, but I want you to tell me the story of you actually doing that. Because I find it hard to believe that mid-sex, while you're having the time of your life, supposedly, you just out of nowhere hear her say, choke me, and you're like, fuck yes, finally! This is just, I don't see that happening. That's not one thing I could see like many guys doing as willingly as they appear to have said. Another weird one that I've always found like awkward, which I know a lot of you do, is the peeing and the crapping. Just let that manifest in your head for a little bit. People get sexually aroused while other people pee on them or take a crap on them. I don't even like doing that stuff personally. Like, if I could, I would never have to pee or shit again. Like, that's just one thing I could live without. But I don't see, like, they smell sometimes, and it's like, it's really uncomfortable. Like, how do you stay sexually aroused? Like, you know what, dude? When I smell shit, my penis is like a brick. It is just freaking hard. I can't imagine that happening, because to me, when I smell it, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. It smells like ass and dead ass mixed together. So it's like, how can you get sexually aroused by someone taking a shit on you? That's just really weird and uncomfortable. And a lot of these, to me, are uncomfortable, especially this third one. And I say that because also imagine someone peeing on you. Just casually peeing on you. Like you're mid-sex and out of nowhere you're getting a golden shower from R. Kelly. That's not one of the things you want to say you've had happen to you at the end of your life. At least for me. That's one of the things I don't want on my bucket list. I don't want to have said, I got pissed on. repeatedly. And I let it happen. Because I know if someone ever did that to me, I would be disgusted. But I would also be so shocked that it's actually happening that I wouldn't move. And not because I would enjoy it, but because I wouldn't know how to handle the situation at all. That is not something we deal with every day. If someone were to just come up to you, whipped out their vagina or penis and just started pissing on you, what do? You could say you would react a certain way, but I guarantee you, there would be seconds where you're just stuck there and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And if you don't, you're different. You're unlike me. I almost fell. Whew. Would have been interesting. Anyway, you're just like me then if you feel like you would just stand there and, God, I don't even think that was on cue of what I was saying. Damn it! Bad, Chris. Anyway, it would just be the situation I don't know how to process in my brain. Me personally, there are certain situations I can't process in my brain. Like when I made, like, peeing on someone, I can't process that. Making perfect macaroni and cheese out of a box, can't process that. You know, women, can't process that. I don't know how to handle those situations. Those situations are some that I can't process mentally. I will never figure them out. I don't think I ever will. I'll be like 80 still trying to figure out how to make a perfect box of macaroni and cheese. Guys, you know what I mean about women. They're so hard to figure out. They're so hard to figure out. But those, I feel like maybe we could get closer to than why someone wants to pee on you for sexual arousal. Like that's just, you don't do that to just be like, hey baby, you want to get wet? Yeah, I do. What are you going to do to me? Let me pull down my pants first real quick. You don't do that to start off getting a girl off. Girls, you shouldn't do that to guys. That's something, if a girl is into it, guys, I don't know what to say. Just hope she isn't one who just like surprises you and goes, surprise! You know, I'd hope she would work it in there somehow that she's into that. Guys, I guarantee you, you have to let a girl know if you want to pee on her, like for sexual arousal, because if you just do that in the middle of nowhere, it's done. It's done. I'm not a girl, but I guarantee you, if you're a girl and agree with me that if a guy just randomly started pissing on you without giving you any notice, it would be off. There's no recovery from that whatsoever. Girls, if you did that to a guy, I can't say there'd be no recovery ever, because I know some guys nowadays, they're like really horn dogs, so they'd probably give you a second chance and just be like, all right, this time, go pee before we have sex, all right? Let's get that out of the way, because I really don't want that happening. So, yeah, that was the whole issue on peeing and taking a crap. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on the crap one, but there's really not much you can go off of once you realize that it smells. Like, once you hit the smell part of it, it's off. Like, I'd call it off. Or even if it's diarrhea, because then not only can you not pick it up physically, now you gotta clean the sheets, and they smell like shit. That's a really uncomfortable situation. And especially if you have to go to like a laundromat and explain why your sheets are brown and tell people that it wasn't because you spilled Nesquik chocolate milk all over your blanket. It's because a girl you had over took shit everywhere. That makes the situation uncomfortable. Those are the three things that I've always found like the weirdest for sexual arousal, in my opinion. Now, if you guys have other ones that you would like to share, please comment below. And like I tell you guys all the time, you know, none of this stuff is scripted, so when you see me pause, that's because I'm trying to like think of something to say, or I had a thought and I lost it maybe. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to do a racial one soon again. I'll probably do multiple racial ones of blacks, Asians, both kind of Indians, and maybe other ones. So be on the lookout for those. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please bang the like button, rub the subscribe. Don't take a piss on anyone or shit on anyone. That's just really weird. Please don't do that. And remember, keep your hands to yourself unless they ask for it. Later.